There was a time when every morning began with fear. The fear of existing. The fear of facing another day. The world seemed heavy, and his own thoughts felt like a prison. This man, let's call him Daniel, woke up with a familiar feeling, a heavy weight in his chest. On the surface, nothing around him was wrong, yet inside there was a constant, deafening noise. A voice whispering, "You won't make it. There's no way out." For years, Daniel tried to find relief in the things of the world. He studied hard, he worked tirelessly, he sought recognition and approval. He tried to distract himself with the endless noise of the city, hoping to drown out the emptiness inside. But the void always returned, each time a little louder, a little deeper, a little closer. He was running from a shadow that was attached to him. One night, after a meaningless argument that left him feeling drained, Daniel sat alone on the couch. In that heavy silence, he felt something inside him collapse. It was a profound sense of defeat. He could no longer stand his own mind, the incessant chatter, the self-criticism, the fear. And then, for the very first time, a thought arose that was different from the rest. I can't live with myself anymore. The words echoed in the stillness of the room. I can't live with myself anymore. He repeated them, and suddenly a profound realization struck him. If there is an I who can't live with myself, then there must be two entities within me. Who am I really? And what is this myself that causes so much suffering? Who is the one observing this internal struggle? In that precise instant, something extraordinary happened. Thought stopped. Completely. It wasn't a decision he made. It was as if time itself had paused. The relentless stream of thinking that had defined his existence simply ceased. All that remained was pure presence. The gentle ticking of the clock on the wall, the soft glow of a street lamp painting a square of light on the floor, the faint distant sounds from the street outside. Everything appeared extraordinarily alive, fresh and silent. Daniel didn't know what had just happened, but he knew with absolute certainty that something within him had died, and something entirely new had been born. The old suffering self, the one created by his mind, had dissolved in that moment of pure awareness. In the days that followed, Daniel walked through the streets as if he were seeing the world for the first time. People, cars, even the feeling of the wind on his face. Everything had a vibrant glow, a sense of aliveness he had never noticed before. The mind, his old companion, still tried to return with its familiar patterns of worry and judgment. But now there was something deeper, something silent and still, that watched these thoughts without getting lost in them. He was no longer the actor in the drama. He was the audience. For the first time in his life, Daniel began to truly live in the now. He realized that the immense suffering he had carried for so many years did not come from the world itself or from other people. It came from his thoughts about the world and the people in it. His mind had created an imaginary enemy out of time, constantly dragging him into regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. But he discovered that when he remained fully present, in this very moment, there was no enemy. There was no fear. The now was complete. Nothing was missing. In the months that followed, Daniel stopped searching for answers outside of himself. He had spent his life chasing fulfillment in achievements, relationships, and external validation. But now he understood that true transformation doesn't happen when we try to change the world, but when we stop resisting it. He found a new way of being. Every breath became a form of meditation. Every moment of silence became a prayer. The mind still appeared, yes, with its opinions, its plans, its memories. But now he knew he was not the mind. He was the space in which thoughts came and went, like clouds passing through the vast open sky. He was the awareness that observes. He was the stillness beneath the noise. Daniel learned to be present in the simplest of things, the warmth of a cup of tea in his hands, the feeling of his feet on the ground as he walked, the simple act of listening to the sound of the wind. And the more he surrendered to the now, the lighter, clearer, and truer his life became. It wasn't a state of euphoric, constant happiness. It was something far deeper. It was peace. A profound peace that depended on nothing, not on his circumstances, not on the past, not on the future. It was a peace that was always there, waiting to be discovered beneath the surface of his thoughts. Years later, someone asked him, "What changed in your life since that day you found this peace?" He smiled gently and said, "Nothing, and at the same time, everything. Before, I lived my life to get somewhere else, to become someone better, to find something I was missing. Now, I simply am." And perhaps that is the real miracle, not changing the world, but waking up from the dream of the world our mind creates. To discover that the power, the peace, and the wholeness we've always been seeking was never somewhere else. It has always been here, in this moment, in this precious, eternal now. Thank you for joining us on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that explores the deeper aspects of life. We'd love to have you in our community.